Hello, nice that you ended up on my YouTube channel. This short video should encourage you to be or become a grateful person. If you like the video, I would be happy if you subscribe to my channel or give me a like. Many, many thanks. After more than 20 years of therapeutic practice, I am more convinced than ever that gratitude is an enormous spiritual power that we still know and use far too little. I would like to start my short impulse with a verse from the Holy Scriptures. In Colossians 3 verse 15 it says, "May the peace of Christ, to which you are called in one body, reign in your hearts, and be thankful." The Bible contains many passages of gratitude. Yes, it calls us to a thankful lifestyle. Today's neuroscience and positive psychology has also rediscovered the importance of gratitude, but with one big difference. Here, gratitude is not directed at a specific counterpart. But how can you be genuinely thankful if you don't see the giver of the gifts? Who are you thankful to? The universe? The destiny? We Christians know that ultimately we owe all things to God. He is the source and origin of all things. Therefore, the Bible also actively encourages us to practice gratitude. This leads to mental stability and health. Today, we know that gratitude is a key to happiness and a fulfilled life. In order for gratitude to gain room in our lives, the following is necessary. Realizing that there is something I could be grateful for. This contains a yes to life. An acknowledgement that life is good and that I can receive good things. As a human being, I have to develop a sense of consciously seeing the things that are given and specifically given to me. So I have to actively open my heart to perceive this. A second step is the acknowledgement that this goodness is outside of me and that I did not cause it. In the light of research, gratitude is the following. One study examined people who were struggling with psychological problems, mostly depression or anxiety. 3 groups were formed, all of which received professional help, but also had different tasks to perform. One group had to write a letter of gratitude to a person they knew every day for 3 weeks. The second group should write about their deepest feelings, about processing negative experiences. And the third group did not get a task. The result? Those who had written the letters were far worse off than the other 2 groups, although most of the letters were not even sent at all. Already the clear focus on the positive in a relationship achieved these health-promoting effects. Other effects of gratitude? A better immune system due to lower inflammation levels, better sleep, a higher level of optimism concerning the future, emotional balance, less stress hormones in the body, improving the quality of relationships with other people. Gratitude is the best and at the same time noblest way to more satisfaction. And it is the perfect antidote to frustration, envy, and anger. Most of the time, we don't have to make a conscious effort to notice the things in everyday life that annoy us or cause concern. This happens naturally, all by itself. Let me show you. For example, look at this blank sheet of paper with a black dot on it. And this is how our brain works. It sees the black dot. But it's different with the good things. If you're not determined to pay attention to the good things in everyday life, you have little chance of noticing them. Can you train or practice gratitude? Yes, you actually can. If it weren't so, God wouldn't keep telling us in His Word that we should be thankful. So it's a conscious decision to turn our attention to the things that are good, things that are given to us, and to consciously say thank you to God. Does God need our thanks? Does He want to be praised? Is He a kind of heavenly pasha that we need to court? No, definitely not. Actually, we are the ones who need thanksgiving in order to raise our souls to God, to lift ourselves up inwardly, and to make ourselves aware of who everything comes from. It adjusts our perspective, gives us joy, deepens our relationship with God. It also helps us that we don't constantly revolve around ourselves like the navel of the universe. We align ourselves with the giver of all gifts, with God. In addition, we do not remain fixated on our shortcomings and problems, but we redirect our gaze to consciously changing our perspective. Because, let's be honest, especially in our Western society, despite some challenges, there are enough things which we can be grateful for. Now, how can we train gratitude? Number 1, write good things that happen to you on a piece of paper each week and put it in an empty jar. You can also write down all answers to prayer. At the end of the year, you can then take out all the pieces of paper and read through them. Number 2, the 5-finger method. Pinky, what am I deeply grateful for? Ring finger, which people do I love from the bottom of my heart? Middle finger, who can I do something good for today and thus switch from the receiving to the giving end? Index finger, what in nature inspires and excites me? Thumbs up, what strengths and talents am I grateful for? Number 3, the gratitude journal. Write down a positive review of your day on a daily basis. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? This exercise sharpens your perspective, your perception, and your consciousness. The 5-coin trick. Put 5 coins in the left jacket pocket in the morning. Then during the day, try to find 5 things you're grateful for, and for each thing, take a coin and put it in the other pocket. At the end, all the coins should have switched sides. Now, in conclusion, I would like to briefly tell you my personal story about gratitude and particularly emphasize 2 experiences. In my first experience, I will take you to East Africa, where I spent a few months as a young woman for study purposes. Many people there lived in dire poverty. I was especially touched by a young boy who went to the market in front of me and whose t-shirt was hanging from him in rags. But he was beaming. The material need was felt everywhere, and yet these people were so hospitable and open. When I returned to Vienna after more than 4 months, I walked through the city with a completely different perspective. I was so infinitely grateful for the clean water from the tap, for the full food shelves, the very good medical care. During my travels, I had to go to the hospital once in Africa. That was a bad experience. I became grateful for the standard of living and that we have a functioning social system. My eyes were open to see all these so-called self-evident things. My heart was just overflowing with gratitude. By the way, it is still the case today that I'm very grateful for a very warm shower, because when I was in Africa, there was only cold water there. So I often think back to that time under the shower. My second experience is about how I experienced the power of gratitude in a difficult time, when a person very close to me suddenly died. The pain was immense. And just at that time, I was reading a book about gratitude in crises. I consciously began to say thank you in pain. Also for my hardship and loss, and for all the things that were still there for which I could be grateful for. This conscious step, namely to give thanks in midst a painful experience, helped me to stay connected to God at the time and to grow through this time and not break because of it. Since then, I start and end every day with gratitude. I sincerely hope that this video has encouraged you to become a gratitude champion and to look more and more to all the good things that are around you and that are in your life. Have fun, all the best, with warm wishes, yours, Irene.